guys that will be calling the action here. Mike Tirico, Jon Gruden. You think about all the legendary color analysts that they've had in Monday Night Football. Dandy Don Meredith, Dan Dierdorf, Frank Gifford, the late, great Frank Gifford. By the way, you'll see number 16 pins on the both the play-by-play and the color announcer here coming up here in honor of the late Frank Gifford. John Madden, of course, and then Jon Gruden. You think, well, John Owen's he's been there a couple of years, right? This is his 7th year of doing Monday Night Football. Where's the time gone?
We keep thinking he's going to get back, and the coach is going to get back. Hey, he really loves what he's doing.
You know what? He hasn't missed a game. He hasn't lost a game, really, in 7 years. So,
right.
Anyway, Jon Gruden, had the chance to catch up with Jon Gruden. You know, he's a Hoosier as well. He's ready to go tonight. Great to catch up here with Jon Gruden. We were just talking about Indianapolis and Bloomington. You're a Bloomington guy, right? You're a Hoosier, really.
My dad coached at Indiana under Lee Corso. I was Bobby Knight's ball boy, and then he went up to Notre Dame, so I got a lot of Indiana ties.
How did that work out for you, by the way, being Coach Knight's ball boy?
I learned some good adjectives, that's for sure. I had a lot of fun. Got a lot of coaching philosophy from Coach Knight.
Absolutely. Stuff, by the way, adjectives you can't use on TV. So
that's right.
You notice that. Hey, looking ahead, what is it going to take to get this Colts team going a little bit here?
They got to play a complete game. They haven't done that. All 3 phases of their team have to show up together, especially against a team like Carolina on the road.
Yeah.
You've seen the offense. They've had too many turnovers, too many penalties, too much inconsistency. These new players, Gore, Andre Johnson, they got to come together and play as a unit. And defensively, they've been up and down, and their special teams have had some catastrophic plays the last couple weeks. They got to put it together tonight to win this game.
Are you surprised the Colts are in this situation?
I think it's the whole league. Everybody in the league, if you look around, other than Carolina, maybe Denver, you know, there's some teams that are clearly at the top. There's about 25 teams that are all scratching their head, looking for identity.
What are you seeing in Andrew Luck? I know you're a quarterback guy. Where are things going wrong for Andrew here?
Well, he's got to play better. He's got to make better decisions. He's got to quit trying to get a lot of great plays out of every single snap. Sometimes take your losses, throw the ball away, get on with it, but they haven't played well around him either. These receivers aren't as open as people think. Their protection hasn't been very good. And their running game is non-existent. They don't run the ball more than 22 times a game. And their defense has given up points. And their special teams hasn't created field position. You want to hear some more? They got to play.
How's the coaching? How's the coaching going?
They got a good coach. They got a good staff. They got good players. But it's time they put it together and recognize their potential and put a great outing together. It's the same case around this country right now. There's a lot of mediocrity. Somebody's going to have to rise to the top.
You talk about luck. It sounds
mediocrity.
No, it's all good. I understood. It's a Bloomington thing. But with luck, it sounds like it's more mental than anything maybe for him.
Mental. I mean, he's physically got problems, too. He's not going to tell you he's hurt. But he missed 2 games. And that tells you something's wrong. Is it his shoulder? Is it his ribs? You don't sit Andrew Luck for 2 weeks unless there's something wrong physically. So I think there's something inside of him that's hurting, and hurting bad. But they got to do a better job as a football team around him. Maybe the play calling, get these 2 tight ends back on the field together. They got to do it together, though.
Timing's everything, too. You run into a Carolina Panthers team. Look out. So
Carolina's for real on defense. They can rock it, man. All 3 levels, up front, linebacking core, and in the secondary. And Cam Newton plays keep away. He just doesn't give you the ball often. It's a ball control offense. Indiana has got to pick it up. The whole state got to get behind the Colts.
I love talking to Gruden. He's the only analyst that can also talk IU basketball, which is great. That's the thing. Before the cameras rolled, all he wanted to talk about was IU basketball. Once the camera was off, okay, now what's going on? Tom Crean needs to do this. He knows his IU basketball, being a former ball boy for Bob Knight.
That's awesome.
That is pretty. Although he didn't really break into his usual Jon Grudenisms. You know, these Carolina Panthers, they got to work on. I mean, Cam Newton, he's not quite the sheriff, but these Indianapolis Colts.
He's in pregame mode. He's got to get warmed up.
That's what it is. That's what it was. And we talked to him earlier today.